Welcome to Cowgirl Up, the podcast dedicated to elevating your mindset. I'm your host, Lori Blickenstaff, certified mental performance coach at mentalgame101.com. In today's world, it's common to see faith and science as opposing viewpoints. That's why I'm fascinated by this week's theme and so excited to share it with you. We're going to look at 5 scientific mindset principles and their corresponding spiritual principles. We'll see how biblical scripture aligns with psychology research, showing shared insights. Even if faith-based content isn't typically your thing, there's plenty of science to uncover, so stick around. I'm going to start with a psychological principle we've already been talking about, cognitive behavioral theory. To review, this is the one that says that our thoughts produce our feelings, which influence our actions. And then again, the repetition of these cycles is what forms our mindset. And that's why we've spent so much time on the importance of monitoring our thoughts and acting. Remember, acknowledging the thought, checking the thought, and trading the negative thoughts for a better one. Well, I think it's pretty cool to see that we were given this instruction about 2,000 years ago. Here's the advice we get from Paul. This is in his second letter to the Corinthians in regards to our thoughts. We break down every thought and proud thing that puts itself up against the wisdom of God. We take hold of, or take captive, every thought and make it obey Christ. This should sound familiar. He says to break down every thought. Okay, that's to acknowledge it, see what it's about. To take it captive, which is the check it step. And then to make it obedient, meaning if it's not in line with what you want and what you believe, then we're going to trade it for a new one. So what does making our thoughts obey Christ mean? That was the last part of that verse. It means to think as He would have us think. And how is that? Well, we can look at what Paul says in Philippians. Whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Yes, this is what we're doing when we're trading our ants, those automatic negative thoughts, for positive, powerful, truth-filled ones. Now here's one more verse. This one's from Proverbs. It says, words kill, words give life. They're either poison or fruit. You choose. Well, that's exactly what we've been learning so far. Words have power, and it's up to us to choose the life-giving kind. So the power statement I've chosen for this week is inspired by the 5 principles that we'll be going through together. It is, I focus on the positive, the present, and the next move. And don't miss tomorrow's episode, which will be about the principle of neuroplasticity. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you have any questions, feedback, or comments, I'd love to hear from you. Email me at lori@mentalgame101.com.